I've been shining in the sunlight. I've been thinking how I'm alright.
Hey, what's going on, YT? It is your girl TheLeaRae, and today I would like to show you how I did this fall look. Now, this was inspired by Makaya Triox. And I don't know exactly how to say her name. I've never watched her before. I just literally went on YouTube and Googled some fall makeup tutorials and decided to try to replicate somebody. So she gave me a lot of tips. So I think I did very, very well. But anyway, if you would like to see how I did this, please stay tuned. So I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera because you know how it is, they take forever. And my eyebrows are not going to be super clean because I'm growing them out. And since I started growing them out, I do not pluck or shave or do anything. Also, excuse me for my dirty hands. That's just me getting makeup all over the place. But yeah, so I don't pluck my eyebrows. I don't shave them. The only thing I do is cut them down a little bit in length when they just get totally crazy. But I just kind of try to use concealer and things like that to kind of mask the hairs that have grown in that I would normally get rid of. So yeah, they're not going to be super clean. What I'm doing now is I'm going in with that NYX corrector and I am trying to mask some of my dark circles. I guess that's just a thing with some people. Some people just have dark circles. And since my skin complexion kind of resembles those of like Indian people, I have those very heavy dark circles, and it doesn't matter if I get a lot of sleep or not. Like, they're there no matter what. I guess it's just my skin, so I have to use corrector. Maybe I should think about getting like a everyday full foundation so that I won't even have to go through the corrector stage. Now, this next thing that I'm about to do, I'm applying the concealer that I used to conceal my eyebrows with on my eyelids to act as a base, and then I look up. That helps me determine where my cut crease should be. I got this from Makaya Triox. I thought that this was excellent. Crap. I'm all out of order. What the freaking A? I'm premature. Premature. Run it back, run it back. Okay, what she do at first? Let me go back to the beginning. This ain't right. But I think it's the best I can. I never really knew how to cut a crease. I never really practiced it. I need a different brush. I think that's pretty good though. For my first time though. I think the best thing to do is you get the outline first. Eyelid is a weird thing, you hear me? It is a weird thing. Alright, I need some more concealer. I need to get some more of this. Well, I got that new concealer right there, but it ain't light. Come through, cut crease. I didn't start it off right. It's supposed to be like at an angle. But I cannot redo it. I cannot. I'm cutting that thing, no. I'm cutting that thing. Hey. That's where hold on. Can't talk and cut the crease, nah. Alright. That's the best I could do. And I think I did a pretty good job. Hey. Alright, now let me see what she's doing. Alright, she's going in with a champagne shade. Let's see what I got on my summer. Okay, so I have a champagne shade here in my Too Faced palette, Summer Eyes, and I'm gonna use Classic, which is right here. That ain't champagne enough for me. I got something else, like. All right, let's kind of round to this. I'm gonna try this Milani color in Bella Sand. All right, I feel like I need to spray my brush a little bit though. If y'all want me to do a makeup, see, I be looking at these people doing these makeup tutorials on YouTube, and they be like, yeah, I'm about to do a drugstore makeup tutorial, but then they use all high-end brushes. Like, that's not drugstore. Not in my opinion. This ain't coming out right. This ain't coming out like hers. I need a lighter concealer. This ain't right. I'm gonna have to change the whole color. I need something more pigmented, and I need a lighter concealer the next time I do that. Oh snap, about to use that Patrick Star. I bet you this show up. It ain't nowhere near the same color, but this is what I'm gonna have to use, because I know this gonna show up. I know. What did I tell you about that? I knew that was gonna show up. That Patrick Star. I don't even know Patrick Star like that. Like, I know who he is. He's I don't know what to call him, because I don't watch his page. Like, I caught a video here or there, and I see him on social media. I would say he's a fashion icon, maybe. I don't know what his pronoun is either, so it might be she. So if I'm being wrong, I mean, if I'm not saying the right thing, please correct me, because I don't be knowing people's pronouns. I mean, you don't know their pronoun until they tell you what their pronoun is. I remember I was by my stepmother-in-law's house, aka my husband's dad's wife, their house, and let me go back to birth, okay? She had a son, and y'all might know him here on the YT as Mitty. If you don't know, he has a success. That's not his pronoun. I'm gonna get into that. That's not his pronoun. His pronoun is she. Her. That's his pronoun. But anyway, I just want to tell my story so you understand what I'm talking about. So, I was by their house and that's her. She gave birth to him, which is her son. Okay, but he has since I don't want to put labels on people because I don't know what the labels are, but he I don't even know how to say it. She gave birth to a son, but you know, like, that's her daughter now. Okay, but anyway, like, I had never met him before, and I was by their house one day and he had came home because he wasn't living in Florida. I forgot where he was living, and I didn't know what to call him because, you know, he dresses like a woman. Like, when I see him, I see a woman. So I said I'm gonna call him he until he says anything else, and I'm not, you know, I'm just gonna roll with that. So I said they was in the room getting ready, and when I had came, they was like, isn't that pretty? They I was like, oh, she was like, oh, this is my son. No, what did she say? This is my son. Yeah, that's what she said. This is my son, Mitty. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I never met him before, or something like that. And then he was like, it's she, or something like that. Like, it's she. Like, not disrespectful or anything like that. Just like, it's like, my pronoun is she. And I was like, oh, okay. I wasn't sure, you know. And then he was like, no, it's okay. And then his mom, which is, like I said, my husband's dad's wife, was like, you know, we were all just, it was the three of us, and she was like, you know, I'm getting used to it, you know, I'm trying to get used to it. And then we talked later, and she was just saying how it was kind of hard. This was years ago, how it was kind of hard because, you know, she gave birth to a son. She gave birth to 3 boys, but, you know, one of her sons is making the transition to female, and it's kind of difficult for her to get in the habit of saying what his pronoun is. You know what I'm saying? So, I just thought that was interesting, but, you know, so her, she, that's the pronoun. So I don't be knowing. So, you know, I have not talked to Patrick Starr, so I don't know what his pronoun is. So I don't know. So somehow I gotta smoke this out on the side. It need to be warmed up. I feel like I need a smaller brush. All right, I think I'm hitting right now. I think I'm hitting. All right, now I'm supposed to do this wing liner. It's about to be a problem. So in classic YouTube creator fashion, my camera was not recording. I don't know why. I was recording from my phone and then it all of a sudden stopped recording. But that's just probably a sign from the Lord above that I need a real camera to do this. So I'm gonna make sure I manifest that into my destiny. But off camera, I went ahead and finished my wing liner and I applied 1 eyelash. And the reason why I only applied 1 was because I had already put my concealer on and it was tacky enough, so I had to stop and blend that out. But for my foundation, which I actually put on off camera as well, I used the Maybelline Fit Me Matte Poreless in the color 330, which is Toffee Caramel. And then I used a new concealer that I got from my local beauty supply store, which is by Blackpink, in Match Ultra HD Cream Concealer Full Coverage. And this was in the color Cappuccino. So I went ahead and applied that under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my forehead. and on my chin, and I waited a good while until it was like almost dry, very, very tacky, and then I blended it out. That helps blend it out very well and helps you keep as much product on your face as possible. Now I'm going in with that Black Radiance palette, and I'm using the I don't know if it was the contour or the sculpt, but it was the darkest one to contour my cheeks. It was probably the contour shade. And then after that, I'm going to go into the middle one. Yes, the sculpt one. And I'm going to go around the perimeter of my face and kind of try to make my forehead look a little bit smaller because, I don't know, there's a thing going around about light-skinned girls and how we have big foreheads or something. I don't know where they get this stuff from. But my forehead is not that big. It's big, but it's not that big. So maybe there's some truth to that. Anyway, I'm just trying to kind of chisel at that face a little bit. I don't like it too chiseled, but, you know, just get it nice and, you know, just slayed. But I also re-blended the concealer before I put on this translucent powder, which I use the air spun. And the reason why I re-blended it is because when you let it sit, it has time to go into the cracks and crease. So you want it to do that because you want the creases under your eyes to like fill up. So you re-blend it out and then you go ahead and put the whatever you're going to use to set it. Now, I kind of regretted setting it with this air spun because for some odd reason, it kind of cooled off the concealer that I was using. And I mean, when you look at the concealer in the container, it looks like it's warm, but I don't know, maybe something with the air spun. I think I should have used my my setting powder that's a little yellow just to keep everything very warm. All right, so I don't bake and all that. It's just not what I do. So I'm wiping off all the excess. Okay, not the excess. The excess powder, and then I just fixed my hair, so stay tuned for the final look.